There are concerns the recent fuel price hike may put a damper on year-end celebrations, especially for those who are considering traveling. This as consumers continue to battle high cost of living as well. Is SA Tourism concerned, or does it have plans to promote domestic travel at least? The organization's acting CEO, Nombulelo Guliwe, joins me now live in studio. Sis Nombulelo, thank you very much for joining us so early this morning.
Thank you.
I'm sure you had to wake up very early. Thank you for coming through. First of all, are you concerned about this? Because already for me, I'm paying, I think, probably about 300 to 400 rand more in just 2 months. So, I'm starting to cut my travel in terms of my plans, especially for the festive season. So are you concerned about your numbers?
Don't cut your travel,
Okay.
is my immediate answer. And the reason for that, as a destination marketing organization, it is one of the things that we look at, the impact of fuel on our consumers, who are ultimately our travelers. And one of the implementation, because maybe let me start with the domestic market. Our domestic market is a build market. We're trying to drive a culture of travel in South Africa. So one of the key consideration is disposable income. So when you then have increased costs, basic needs that impact your disposable income, tourism becomes discretionary. So one of the things that we've put in place and that we're driving the summer season is budget-friendly packages for our consumers so that they continue to travel during summer season.
And what about the people who we book from, etc., like your Airbnb? Are they understanding of the budget? Because, for them, they took quite a knock for 2 years or 3 years during COVID-19 and the lockdown, and now they're still trying to catch up, right? So will they be okay with the packages that are a little bit less than what they would have offered?
So what we've been encouraged with is the partnership between the DMO, South African Tourism, as well as the private sector, because ultimately the end goal is for us to see this tourism industry thrive. And the partnership and collaboration between the two has ensured that we are able to package in such a way that it's a win-win situation, not only for the businesses that are involved, but the tourism value chain as a whole.
All right. And in terms of everything that's happening around our country, we know that it's not just fuel that's become a problem. There's many things that went up. Food prices, food inflation is at a all-time high. The egg situation just started now with the avian flu outbreak, etc. Are you not concerned also that that is another factor that is now coming to the fore besides the fuel?
So when we talk and we look at the impact of disposable income on the domestic market that you're trying to build a culture of travel in, we take that all into account. When we talk inflation, we take all the items that get into the basket to get to CPI. So when we then package, we package in such a way that we take that into account. And when I say it's budget-friendly packaging, it's because we're fully aware of what our people are battling with. And we are fully aware that even in the prior year, our domestic numbers shot up because of these deal-driven campaigns that are very cognizant of our current economic situation.
What about, for instance, we've had floods in some areas which are holiday destinations.
Yes.
What about buy-in from the municipality to assist the industry in terms of making sure that roads are fixed, for instance, so that we can actually get there?
I think the key concern for us is the safety of our travelers. We always make sure that we get the information out so that our travelers are aware. And I just want to encourage them that they must heed the warnings that get sent out, not only by the destination marketing organization that is South African Tourism, but also the private sector. But back to your question around, do we then work with municipalities? It's in all our interest. And I'm encouraged by the fact that in those specific municipalities and provinces where we've had infrastructure that is damaged, there is work that is happening on the ground to get that resolved.
All right. Tell me about places that I should be looking out to going to. Let's talk about something that is a bit fun, at least for now. I'm a person who has been to all 9 provinces of South Africa, but not every corner. So where would you suggest I plan to go in December, Jan?
So we always encourage our travelers, especially the domestic market, to explore our country in its entirety. I'm actually happy that you said you've been to all 9 provinces. Let's explore. There are beautiful hidden gems in all 9 provinces. I'm not going to even limit you to a couple of them. in all 9, there's always something to discover. So let's explore it. Go to our website where you'll find more information of beautiful, beautiful hidden gems that you can explore.
All right, and then lastly, what would be your advice to the customers of this particular industry or the sector going into a December where there's bonuses that some companies are still able to disperse, etc. But at the same time, I'm sure as SA Tourism, you encourage people to also make sure that they're safe.
Yes. What I would encourage is look for the deals. Look for the deals. When you are responding to a market where and I'll keep saying, because I'm South African, I'm passionate about this country, and I'm fully aware of the challenges that we face as South Africans. So go do your research. The information is available on our website. I'll keep driving people to our website. I also know that our domestic marketing team is also launching an always-on deal-driven campaign.
Okay.
Because and that's to drive budget-friendly packages for our South Africans, so that your bonus, you've worked hard for the year. So we don't have to take the entire bonus, but go and look for those deals. They are available on our platforms as well as our website.
Absolutely. I just want to ask you just one more question. Obviously, there's many concerns when it comes to travel in South Africa, whether domestic travelers or even the international ones. And you're a big partner in that. Safety, crime, and things that we've heard about our crime levels in South Africa. We've had, for instance, in Mpumalanga, something happen on a customer on the way to the Kruger National Park or passing by the Hazy View Gate, etc. What's your concern around that? Are you getting any assurances from commissioners of different provinces?
We are always encouraged when when we have the challenges around tourism safety, because in fact our insights shows us that's one of the levers that pulls tourism. So when we have those issues, it's got a negative impact for us. But I'm very encouraged by the fact that through our department, we actually lead the process. They work closely with the department that's responsible for safety in the country, and ours is to communicate back to our customer, who is the traveler as well as the tourist, of all the initiatives that are happening on the ground to keep them safe.
Okay, one more question. I know I said I'm ending off soon. One more question. So I know that you, for instance, say that domestic travel did increase last year. We saw the numbers. It went up quite considerably, which actually is quite encouraging that South Africans are trying to see their own country. But is international travel still more? Do we still need to do more as South African travelers to beat not beat them, but then know our country better than people outside of it?
Basiko, I am super proud to be South African, and I am proud of the resilience of South Africans. So you are correct. Our numbers, so the absolute numbers, were 18.8 when we tracked it in this calendar year in terms of overnight trips. I think the contribution has been 52.2 billion rand, which is an increase of about 20% from 40 billion rand in a similar year last year. From an international perspective, we're sitting just over 5.5 million arrivals. We're not back to pre-COVID levels, but we're working consistently to make sure that we get there, because it's important that we have positive economic contribution to our country.
And I think also positive stories about our country here and there will also assist us quite a bit. And I think people probably felt cocooned so much during the lockdown that they started to travel and realized life is too short not to know where you're from. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us here this morning. The acting CEO at SA Tourism, Nombulelo Guliwe.